Are you tired of the endless hustle, always chasing the next big thing, yet feeling unfulfilled? What if I told you there's a budget strategy that prioritizes experiences over endless consumption, investing in a slow life that brings genuine joy and peace? Most people budget to buy more, save more, or just survive. But my budget, it's a catalyst for living less rushed and more mindfully. In this video, I'm revealing my unconventional budget style that allows me to invest in slow life experiences. And trust me, it's going to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about budgeting. I'm sure you've noticed that most budgets are built around big purchases, a new car, a fancy house, or just keeping up with bills. But my budget, it's different. My budget is built around the slow life, a philosophy of prioritizing experiences that bring peace, presence, and connection in our fast-paced world. Think less about chasing trends and more about savoring moments that matter. To make this work, I've had to rethink what I spend on and what I don't spend on. Stick around because I'm about to share the unexpected things I cut to make room for a life that feels truly rich. So where does my money actually go? I have built my budget around three core pillars of slow life spending: local workshops, unique travel, and home as sanctuary. Let's break it down. Local workshops. I invest in hands-on experiences like music and dance, cooking workshops, or even a weekend learning to basket weave. For example, I spent money on a basket weaving class last month, and not only did I learn a new skill, but I also met incredible people and left with a handmade basket that sparks joy every morning. These workshops aren't just about learning, they're about slowing down and connecting with others. And I also spent a year learning how to play hand.
An evening in Egypt, 6th of October City. They're just smoking and playing dominoes, and there's a lot of cats.
Budget for off-season trips or unconventional stays. Think a quiet cabin in the mountains or a foraging trip in a nearby forest. Last year, I spent a couple $100s on a women in the outdoors weekend. I came home with knowledge about edible plants, cooking over an open fire, archery, and a sense of calm I couldn't get from a flashy resort. Home is a sanctuary. Cozy, intentional touches, a reading nook, cooking, and supplies, or wellness and mindful practices that make slow living at home more fulfilling. I don't need to spend much on my home. My emphasis is not stuff, but investments in a peaceful, restorative space. I don't mind spending on yoga classes, meditation retreats, or even a good massage. And I, of course, prioritize my time and finances for counseling with a licensed therapist. This all helps me to keep my mind and body balanced in a way typical consumerism does not. To fund my slow life, I've made some deliberate choices, and they might surprise you. I don't spend on designer clothes, constant tech upgrades, frequent extravagant dining out, or pricey drinks, or impulse buys. Why? Because I've questioned the consumerism trap. Those things often promise happiness but deliver stress and clutter instead. And I don't even like the taste of alcohol. Instead, I shop only when I need something, which is rare because my clothes are pretty versatile. Shopping as a hobby is not part of my vernacular. I repair my old tech rather than chasing the latest phone. I cook at home, turning meals into creative experiments. And for things I need but don't want to buy, I borrow from friends or use community resources. The library is a goldmine of resources. These cuts aren't about deprivation, friends. No, they're about freeing up money and mental space for what truly matters. This budgeting philosophy has transformed my life in ways I never expected. My stress levels way down. My creativity through the roof. I've had moments like sharing a loaf of bread or muffins or cookies I baked with neighbors, or watching a sunrise on a solo trip that wouldn't have been possible with a traditional budget. This approach has helped me define my true values: growth, connection, curiosity, and freedom. I'm not just budgeting for stuff. I'm budgeting for a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Every dollar I spend on slow life experiences reminds me of what truly matters. Ready to try this yourself? Start small. Look at your budget and ask, what's one thing I can cut to make room for a slow life experience? Maybe it's skipping a coffee shop run to save for a local art class, or cutting back on subscriptions to fund a weekend getaway. Identify your own slow life values. What brings you peace or joy? Once you identify your values, then make conscious spending choices to support those. It's not about perfection. It's about intention. I'd love to hear from you. In the comments, share what slow life experiences you'd prioritize or any unconventional budget ideas you're trying. Let's inspire each other to live more mindfully. Thanks for joining me on this journey to rethink budgeting. Here's to living slower, spending smarter, and finding joy in the moments that matter.
Wait!